What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video on the throtl YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Evan. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to take your gauge cluster from the OEM standard look like this and turn it into something that looks like this. This job should be pretty easy. Now, obviously, we don't have that many tools in the old shop anymore, so what I'm gonna do is take this cluster out and then bring it over to the new shop, and that's where I'm gonna show you how to do the entire process. Then we'll pop it back in, make sure we take it for a nice test drive, make sure everything is working perfectly. The first step is always to remove the positive terminal on the battery. 2 Torx bits at the top of the gauge cluster, so let me go ahead and grab the tools. We'll get this thing out. That should pop this whole thing out. Here we go. So these clips can kind of be tricky. So what you do is you take your little pry tool, you press down right here on that little knob. So you press down on that little clip right there, and then you pull the white thing up. See if I can get the camera angle set up. There we go. Here we have it. Now the cluster is removed. Let's go over to the other shop and I'll show you how to take this thing apart and put in the new gauges. So these are the gauges that I'm going to be running. These are from a guy on Instagram I found. Decided to go with the red. I think that's gonna look really cool, really unique, and it will match the new hunk quarter steering wheel that we just installed. So looking at the back of this, there's just a couple of Torx bits. So we'll go ahead and remove those, and then I think it's just a couple, clips that I can just pry open. I think that's gonna be pretty simple. So let's set the camera down. I'll put you guys on a time lapse and we'll get this thing taken apart. So I couldn't really find this online, so I want to show you guys. Essentially, once you get the main electrical panel off of the back of this, this entire assembly comes off as one. There are these 3 locking systems here with a collar that goes all the way around it. And what you basically need to do is rotate this white piece until you get to the right opening. It's almost like a keyway on this assembly, and once you get that, this whole thing should just slide off like so. And now we'll set that down. And now our entire cluster assembly is separated. Now, you want to make sure you do not touch this with dirty hands and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go get some gloves and then I'll show you what the next step is. So I found out this is definitely a lot easier having 2 people to help with this process, and Mickey's done this before. So he's gonna kind of take over more or less this video. I'm going to help film and also kind of step in where I think might be helpful for a bunch of you guys who are doing this. So we got everything laid out here, and now we are ready to put some of these gauges on. So we have gasoline, coolant temperature, and the tachometer, as well as the mile per hour. And then you also come with these 2 little triangles that go right in that spot there. So I'm gonna see if I have some tweezers, or maybe just use my fingers very carefully. As Mickey mentioned, it is okay to touch the back of this, but you really wanna try to minimize everything as much as possible. And we wanna be very careful not to damage the needles. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna make or break this project.
Real quick, just wanted to address how these go down. So basically you have to stretch them over the needles. You don't have to, you can remove the needles, but since they're calibrated and they're very delicate, I prefer to leave them on and stretch the surround over the needles themselves. You can see there's a little bit of bagging around the needle itself. But what I do is just use a plastic tool or a squeegee when you're done. Don't freak out if you stretch it a little bit, because you can go back, and this vinyl material is actually really forgiving. As long as you don't stretch it too much, you can go back and push all that back down and get a really nice quality look here. Really happy with the way these have turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the last one and kind of show you guys. Maybe Ev will speed it up for you guys, and so you can see exactly how it goes in.
so now is also a good time and a good opportunity to go into the gauge cluster, and if there's certain lights that you have that are permanently on that you don't want to see anymore, you can actually just go in there and unplug the bulb. So for me, I'm running an aftermarket steering wheel, so ever since I did that job, I have an airbag light that's going on. Now, I don't want to see that anymore, so I'm going to hold up the gauge cluster to the light, and I'll show you guys how you can figure out which bulb it is.
So by backlighting you can see, so you have ASC in the center below your M logo.
Yep. So I'm also going to remove that light bulb because I don't need ASC that anymore. Yep.
And ABS.
And no, ABS works, and airbag is all the way to the right hand side.
So that's going to be this one and this one.
Yep.
So we recommend doing, if you're going to do this just because it flashes and it bothers you when you drive, that's great. Don't make any permanent changes. Pull the bulbs, that way when you sell the car you can either hand the new buyer the bulbs and say, hey, I've removed these just so you know, and include them with the car. If you go in and cut or unsolder things, it's irreversible, you have to buy a new cluster, so the lights is the way to go.
One other big word of advice is don't remove the bulb for the check engine light. If you have it
that should go without saying.
I've heard of people doing it, so if you have a check engine light in your car, get it addressed. Don't just unplug the bulb, because that's definitely gonna make things worse, and maybe you have to replace a whole engine or something like that. So Mickey's out here, he's pulling out the bulbs for me, and then once that's done, we're ready to basically reverse all the steps we did today, put everything back together, and I'm gonna go toss it in the car and make sure everything is working perfectly.
What's up, Duck? Just taking a look over here.
How is it?
How's what?
You haven't opened it yet.
No, I got you 2 packages.
Woo! More car parts, baby! They definitely don't make this easy. Like, the harnesses could be 1 inch longer and it would be so much easier to do, but pretty sure they didn't want people doing this when they made them at BMW. Go. So check that out. I think that matches really great. Let's just get rid of that. Boom. Now, I'm not really sure what's up with that light. I thought we removed the bulb there, but I guess we didn't. So we might have to go ahead and pull this thing out after this video. Just turn the headlights on. Everything comes through. Very cool. Overall, not really too hard of a project, kind of changes up the interior. Huge shout out to Mickey for helping me out. If you guys are interested in this product or any other BMW cluster overlays, things like that, I think they might do them for Audi as well. Please shoot me an email. I'll put everything in the description. Pretty simple and pretty cheap way to change up the interior of your car. So as always guys, please give this video a big thumbs up. Definitely consider subscribing to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next one.